Welcome to the channel and to this 2,500 point match play game between Imperial Guard, Astra Militarum and Tyranids. Welcome to Crispens' tomb. This is a grave world in the Segmentum Solar. This is a place where the mightiest heroes of the Imperium are laid to rest. There are no hive cities here, no towns, no villages. It is a green, pristine planet, full of tombs, full of graves. It is a hallowed place. It is an untouched place. Yes, there's some ancient ruins here, but apart from that, no one walks on the surface of this planet, and so it's green and fecundant and ample pickings for Hive Fleet Kraken. A splinter of my Hive Fleet are here because the biomass on this planet is particularly rich and we want it. It is our precious. And so the Praetorian 95th Regiment and the Highland 33rd Regiment have been deployed on this hallowed world to push Hive Fleet Kraken back, to burn the Xenos and return this place to the garden paradise that it is. So this battle is about more than honour. This is hallowed ground that the Astra Militarum will be deployed on, and hallowed ground that the Xenos will be despoiling. So 2,500 points, and we're playing cleanse and capture because the Tyranids want to capture this site and cleanse, because that's what the Guard want to do. And it's nice and simple, and there's a lot of Astra Militarum coming and a lot of Tyranids coming, so it's horde on horde, so we wanted to keep it simple. 2,500 points of cleanse and capture. That's one in the main rulebook. 3 cards a turn every turn. We're playing Dawn of War deployment. Don't know who's got what table edge yet. First Blood, Slay the Warlord, Line Breaker. And the other thing that we're going to be doing is the chapter approved 2017 roll off. So whoever deploys first will get +1 to the dice roll, and yeah, and then seizing. So 2 objectives up here. The other 4 objectives down in this side of the battle grid. Plenty of large line of sight blocking terrain all over the place, which is very important in games of Warhammer 40k 8th edition. And if any units are wholly within these terrain pieces here, they'll get +1 to cover. So plenty of cover, plenty of line of sight blocking terrain. A couple more shout outs. The objectives markers, the dice, the command point tokens you'll see are from deploymentzone.tv. If you want more Winter's SEO battle reports, go check them out. These old ruins are from gamemap.eu, which do battle mats and ruins, and they're in Europe. But if you're interested in a battle mat and you're in North America, this one's called Realm, and this one's from Hot Dice Miniatures, and they're in Canadian land. So the shipping for anyone in North America is much cheaper. And this one's one of their funky double-sided battle mats. It's got this thing on the other side as well. So Hot Dice Miniature for the battle mats, gamemap.eu for the ruins. And on the channel today is Sam, who fought me in 7th edition. If you saw the game, which was the 13th versus the Minotaurs, Sam's back on the channel. So let's go and take a look at these armies. Right, this is 2498 of Tyranids, and it's a double battalion. I've got 4 HQs and 6 troops and lots of other bugs coming in the backfield. Hive Fleet Kraken, and Hive Fleet Kraken roll 3d6 when advancing, pick the highest, and they can fall back and still charge after they fall back. And Warlord for the army will be the Neurothrope, which is ace, and I've given him the Warlord trait Synaptic Linchpin, so its synapse range goes out to 18 inches, because Tyranids don't have to take morale if they're in synapse. So he'll have an 18-inch synapse range. Hive Tyrants have an 18-inch synapse range. These 2 creatures are synapse creatures, 12-inch range. I've got some warriors, they're synapse, and I've got a Tyranid Prime in the backfield, which is also a synapse creature. So lots and lots of synapse goodness across the battle grid, which means I'll be highly unlikely I'll ever have to take morale at any point. Shadow in the Warp is a thing, as well as instinctive behaviour, but I don't think you got any psychers.
No psychers.
No psychers, so Shadow in the Warp will not come into effect, and instinctive behaviour, because of all the synapse, probably won't come into effect as well, but we'll cover it if we do. The Broodlord and Tervagon both have Catalyst and Smite, but they can only cast 1. The Neurothreat, my Warlord, has got the Horror and Smite and can cast 2. And the winged Hive Tyrant with 2 sets of monstrous scything talons has got Onslaught and Psychic Scream, and that can cast 2. And the relic, right, the Hive Tyrant is going to get lit up and die anyway. I've given it Adrenal Glands, it's going to get lit up. So there is a Kraken-specific relic called Chameleonic Mutation, which you can give to a character. She's a character, I'll give it to her. So she's -1 to hit if you shoot her. Because if she stays alive, she can spawn more little Termagants. If Termagants die, I've got 3 squads of 20 here. And at the start of the movement phase, if she's within 6 inches of one of these units, you can put 10 models back into them. And considering the amount of small arms and massive arms that is going to be hitting my army, I think I need to keep her alive. So -1 to hit her, -1 to hit the 2 Carnufex Screamer Killers because they have Spore Cysts and that's what they do. Didn't bring any Venom Thropes today because Venom Thropes are also another -1 to hit bubble. And as I was playing Imperial Guard, I thought it would get very dull very quickly and we want to make a game of it. And it could be, you can quite easily make your entire opponent's army hit on 5s rather than 4s. But at least I've got some minuses to hit. Oh, and things that can take Adrenal Glands, I've given Adrenal Glands to. So the Winged Hive Tyrant, the Screamer Killers, and the Trigon Prime have got Adrenal Glands, which is +1 to their distance when they charge. So, for example, if the Winged Hive Tyrant drops in 9 inches away, when you do that, when you come in from reserve, it'll be an 8-inch charge rather than a 9-inch charge, which is nice. So Termagants, Hormogaunts, Warriors, Gene Stealers, there are my troops. I've brought 2 units of Raveners, that's what they're called. I've just given them the not Rending Claws, Scything Talons. So they've got 5 attacks each. They move really, really quickly, but they've got a 5-up save. So they die if you sneeze in their general direction, but they're quick, so I like them. I brought a Morlock. I don't think I brought a Morlock with Kraken yet at all. And the Exocrine and Tyrannifex, because they're too good not to take. I brought the Haruspex. Now Haruspexes are terrible, they hit on 4s, and as soon as you degrade them they hit on 5s. They're terrible, but I'm determined to make this thing work. So, and it's toughness 8, so throwing it like a wrecking ball, like Miley Cyrus, at the guard might do some damage. Talking about terrible units, Hive Crone as well is terrible, but it's coming because speed. Again, I want to be quick. I want to get up in this guard line. If I don't get up there quite quickly, then I could be just annihilated. Pyrovores are cheap now, chapter approved 2018, so I brought them along. So loads of little bugs, loads of medium-sized bugs, some psychic might, some speed, not a lot of gun. Let's go and have a look at the loyalists. This is 2500 on the nose of Astra Militarum. It's a battalion and a what?
Vanguard, the elite one.
The elite one. And we have the Praetorian 95th and the Highland 33rd. And as you can see, these are heavy lead old models. Sam talked me through this. This is stunning. And the Highland guys, these guys got kilts.
Yeah, they got kilts.
So
it's breezy.
Yeah. Nice, they're real men.
They're real men.
And the Praetorians, and lots and lots and lots of armour support.
Yeah.
What am I looking at? Where are we starting? Who's the Warlord?
So you've got Battalion Detachment.
Yep.
This is Mordians for the Regimental Doctrine.
Okay.
And leading this, the Warlord, Colonel Sharp.
Colonel Sharp.
Yes, and his chosen men with Paddy. So you've got...
Paddy's grown a bit.
He's grown a little bit, yes. But you've got... so Sharp's got the Regimental... No, it's not. It's the Blade of Conquest as his relic.
Okay.
Because he needs to be double hard.
Yeah.
And then you've got Ogre and Bodyguard, which
yeah.
is Harper, and he's got a Brute Shield and a Ripper gun.
Okay.
And then behind him is the Praetorian Rifles.
Yeah.
They've got 3 Plas guns, a Voxcaster, and the commander's got a plasma pistol as well, a power sword. And they're proxying as Scions because they're extra tasty.
So this is basically Sharp. Who wrote the Sharp box?
Bernard Cornwall.
Bernard Cornwall. And you've set up your whole army around...
Britain and Britain.
Yeah, and the Sharp Bernard Cornwall books, which is absolutely good. Mordians are, if they're... What's the Mordian thing?
So they, Overwatch, they get an extra, 1 extra on the dice, so...
If they're in base.
Yes, if they're... So
So we're saying these are all in base.
Yeah.
And if I charge them, you're overwatching on a 5-up.
Yeah.
And tanks can overwatch on a 5-up so long as they're within range of each other.
3 inches, yeah. So yeah.
And the other thing?
So yeah, the other regimental doctrine I'm using, which is the Vanguard detachment, is I'm using the Armageddon one because they're all mechanised and it makes sense with the fluff.
Yeah, so AP -1 you ignore. AP -1 becomes AP dash.
Yeah, industrial efficiency, yeah.
Nice.
With attacks.
Double our tanks.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the HQ lot. What else have we got in all the Praetorians?
So the rest of the Praetorians is 5 squads of infantry with a flamer and a voxcaster.
Nice.
And then you've got Captain Kane.
Nice.
And then 2 platoon commanders as well.
Brilliant.
Bolt pistols and bolt guns in there.
Okay.
And then the last of that detachment is the old Rough Riders.
Yep.
Because I had to get a 5 in. Just for fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, they can come off from reserve on any flank.
Yeah.
And just maybe nick an objective or.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So then moving on to the 33rd.
Yep.
You've got Mad Jack.
Mad Jack.
He's the company commander.
Okay.
And he's got a power sword and a bolt pistol.
Yep.
And then he's got his little buggy, the converted Centaur.
Yep.
That's just for him to ride around in. And then I've got another company commander.
Yeah.
Not got a name for him yet.
Yeah.
So I'll take some comments or some advice. And then I've got 6 squads of veterans. So 3 with a las cannon and a voxcaster, and 3 with 2 metal guns, a heavy flamer, a sergeant's got a plasma pistol, and then the rest of shotguns.
Right, so this is why it's a Vanguard, because loads of veterans there.
Yeah, so we're just going to get up in faces.
Shotguns and everything.
Yeah, smash.
Brilliant stuff.
They all come with a transport,
Yep.
5 Tauroxes with the twin-linked autocannons,
Yep.
and then a Chimera with the twin flamers.
Twin flamers.
Twin flamers, yes.
Crispy bugs.
Roast bug.
Yeah.
And then last 2, Squadron of Wyverns.
That's a squadron, right?
Squadron, yeah.
Yep.
And then a Mortars heavy weapons team.
And is this part of the...
Oh, yeah, sorry. Squadron of Lehman Russes.
Yeah.
Vanquishers, heavy bolters.
Are they part of this detachment or that detachment?
That detachment.
That detachment.
Yeah.
Okay. And these are just mortars back here?
Yeah, just mortars.
Nice.
Artillery.
Because artillery is definitely
artillery.
a thing. So you've got lots of artillery with the Wyverns and the mortars. You've got lots of Dakar with the tanks. I mean, the Vanquishers are the big guns, right?
Yeah, they're not probably the best for this scenario, but didn't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
Who just brought fit Punishers with all the bolters.
You're certainly not that guy. You've got a very narrative, solid list with quite a lot of mobility as well. Lots and lots of bodies for the hive mind to nom their way through.
No.
No?
No.
The brave defenders or liberators of Crispens' tomb. Let's go on to deployment. Right, here we are after deployment, and Kraken managed to get all their units down first, which is the first time that has ever happened. There's 2 objectives up here. The other 4 are in the other half of the table, so I overloaded the other half of the table. My warlord's there with a synapse bubble going on. There's also warriors sat on that objective down there. In reserve are the Winged Hive Tyrant, the Trigon Prime, the Morlock, the 2 units of Raveners. The Gene Stealers are lurking in their infestation nodes. And then 60 Termagants round the Turvagon. And the gun creatures down here. And this is what it looks like on the other side of the battle grid. Rank after rank after rank of Imperial Guardsmen ready to defend and die to the last to cleanse this planet, Crispens' tomb of the Xenos taint trait. The mortars are on this side. We have the Wyverns, we have the Vanquishers. Where is your warlord Sam?
Big Sharpie.
Big Sharpie.
He's
there. Isn't he? Yeah. Along with the Ogren. Ogren's called?
Harper.
Harper, of course, yeah. Sharp and Harper are there. Rank upon rank of loyal Praetorians. And then I take it all the vets are inside their transports right now.
3 squads, no.
No?
3 squads, yes.
3 squads, no.
1, 2.
So the ones with the las cannons are on the battle grid.
Yes.
Sweet. Okay. Any particular thinking behind your deployment?
So I was thinking that because obviously they want to go forward
and
break skulls, but you're better at that than me, so I can't. So I've had to use the Praetorians as a screen.
Okay.
And the ballistic skill of the veterans
Yes.
to shoot stuff.
So typically the Tauruxes would be at the front, just hurtling up the table.
Claiming objectives
Okay.
and doing stuff, but
Nice.
I'll have to adapt it a little bit.
Okay. Anything in reserve anywhere?
Rough Riders.
Rough Riders can flank from any table edge. Right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get +1 to this dice roll. So if you grab a dice and roll away for tension, let's see what you get.
Come on.
4. Can I beat a 3? Can I beat a 4? Yes, I can.
Oh.
So would you like to steal the initiative?
Yes.
Okay. Good luck.
Shoot her.
No.
Okay.
So it's going to be Hive Fleet Krakens.
Bugger.
Turn 1. Here are the objectives the Hive Mind want in turn 1. Defend 2, defend 3, which are both in the Astra Militarum line. So that isn't going to happen. Terrify, however. Make them run away. That could.
Nope.
Here we are after the Tyranids movement phase. I need to defend 2 and 3. I think this is 3. And I think that's 2. Basically, the ones on the right and left of the battle grid, right in the Astra Militarum lines, I will not be getting that. However, Terrify, if I make a unit run away, then there's a point. If I make 3 units run away, or just fail a morale test, that'll be D3 points. And there's also First Blood up for grabs. So the Hive Crone has gone all the way over there. She's quick. I'm still within 24-inch range of instinctive behaviour, so there'll be no nerf to her when she goes charging into the group of mortars over there. And basically everything along the front line advanced, and as per Hive Fleet Kraken, I can roll 3d6 and pick the highest. So everything advancing. I did get a bit further on some of these dice rolls, but I purposely didn't put the ones that could go even further forward didn't go all the way further forward, because I wanted to draw the enemy out a little bit. Basically, I'm not in rapid fire range. Those Praetorians could step forward into rapid fire range if they want to. And that's it. I've kept everything that is in reserve still in reserve for now, and there's synapse all the way across the line. So let's go on to the Psychic Phase. All nice and simple. This Carnufex is going to get lit up like a Christmas tree, I think. Unless I've managed to hide him quite well from the big anti-tank guns. Yeah, no, he's still going to get lit up. I would definitely shoot the closest one. So let's put Catalyst on him. I need a 6, and that passes. So he will ignore damage on a 5+. The Turvagon is in smite range. Let's smite some Praetorians. And that passes on a 5. And D3 mortal wounds. For 3 mortal wounds on that squad there. And then the last thing left to do is the Horror from my Neurothrope. It's 24-inch range on the Horror. And I can see that Vanquisher right in the middle there. And that will get that Vanquisher down to -1 to hit. I need a 6. And that passes as well. That's the Psychic Phase over. So in the shooting phase, the little bugs are out of range. Her Stinger Salvo lashed out, as well as the biostatic rattle from the Carnufex into the unit of Praetorians that already had a Psychic Scream on them, and I killed a couple more. And now I am on to the Tyranids with his big rupture cannon. And it's an anti-tank weapon, so let's fire at a tank. There's a tank there. The Layman Russ on the left. I stayed still, so I get 2 shots, double the number of shots, and it hits on 4s. And that was 3 hits. And it is strength 10, so it wounds on 3s. And that's 2 wounds at minus something, I forget. -3, it's -3. 2 6-up saves on your tank.
Come on. Over here.
Over here?
Over here?
No. 2, oh dear. 2d6 damage on the tank. For 6?
6.
Command point? Yeah, no. First Blood is a thing. So Exocrines are strength 7 shots and Tauruxes are toughness 6?
Yes.
Is there anyone inside any of these Tauruxes here?
None of these.
No.
But these 2.
Those 2?
And
can I fire at that one then?
this one?
That one's got stuff in.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. 3s to hit. Is that everything? That's everything. Hitting on 3s with 12 shots. That was everything. And I did spend a command point, 2 command points on Pathogenic Slime. So this is damage 3 weapon instead of a damage 2 weapon. But now I feel like I should have spent those 2 command points. Strength 7 is that number of wounds at -3. What's your armor save on that thing?
3.
3. So you've got 9 6-up saves to make.
I'm going to make all of them.
Lots of 6s.
2 6s.
2 6s, no. So the number of failed saves times 3. That was many damage on that Taurox. Does it go kablooey?
3.
3. It doesn't go kablooey, no. How many guys are inside it?
10.
10? They might get hurt. I mean, that thing got melted to slag. That's first blood. Bits of molten metal fall all around them. And only one dies. This is what it looks like after the Taurox blows up. And then the last thing left to fire is the Hive Crone. So, I think I'll put the Tentaclids into the Wyvern and the rest of the shots into the Mortars. 4 Tentaclids hitting on 4s. And that's 3 hits. This is strength 5. If the target is a vehicle and you make a wound roll of a 4+, it suffers a mortal wound in addition. So that's a mortal wound in addition. And if you make a wound roll of 6, it suffers a D3 mortal wounds instead. So you've got 2 normal saves to make AP dash.
So, yeah, 2 3-ups. This on a
Yes. That's 2 wounds, plus 3 wounds, plus D3. For basically 5 wounds total. 5 wounds taken. It's down to 6, still not degraded. Stinger salvo into the Mortars, 4s. I get 2 hits. This is strength 5. 2 wounds. I take it you're not toughness higher than 5.
Maybe. No.
At -1, 1 damage each.
So 6s. Of course not. So that's
and then the Drool Cannon is Assault D6 for 1. Strength 6. Wounds at -1.
6s. No.
No.
So that's 1 wound.
1 takes a wound.
1 takes a wound.
And that's the end of my shooting phase. I've killed a Taurox and injured a tank. I'm going to need to take out a lot more armour than that, but the wave should crash against the Imperial Guard lines next turn. Anyway, we've got some charge. Well, we've got 1 charge coming up, which is this Hive Crone. We're going to do Overwatch in a second, but you're just under 8 away, so it's a 7-inch charge. And I failed, and now you can Overwatch with Mortars.
Yes.
No damage taken on Overwatch, and now we have morale. So what's their leadership?
6.
6.
And they lost
Only
2.
6. They took 3 wounds.
They took 3 wounds. But is it model count?
It's, yeah, model. I don't know. The roll the dice and we'll figure it out. If you go,
2.
you'll be fine.
Yeah,
they'll be fine. And then over here.
This is why the movement tray is really handy.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've
Nice.
leadership 7, so I need a 1 or a 2. No.
4.
So,
That is a failed morale.
yeah. Which.
And 5 plus 4 is 9.
So I
That's
lost
math.
another 2.
Lose another 2, yeah. And that is Terrify. I do manage to make some. He seems to be stuck.
It's so good. It's really rigid, this guy.
Rigid.
He's really rigid.
That's a good word. First Blood and Terrify scored. That is the end of Hive Fleet Kraken's turn 1. The fusillade of the Astra Militarum is about to light up. The retribution of the Emperor's finest. Let's go on to guard. Turn 1.
Come on.
Here are the orders for the Astra Militarum and its bloody madness. Defend Objective 1, defend Objective 5. Deepen the Tyranid lines and get behind enemy lines. Are you sure? And so the Praetorian 95th and the Highland 33rd move into the pristine grasslands of Crispens' tomb, ready to repel the enemy. And this is one of the objectives, and this is one of the objectives that they need to defend, or High Command wants them to get to. But I think Sharp and his men are a bit more sensible than that. It looks like they've given up on some of these, or on the Hive Crone up here. The Hive Crone is going to make a charge unless it gets blown out of the sky. But then the rest, the humble guardsmen, moving forward, levelling their las guns, and preparing to open fire. What's the plan, Sam? What's the plan?
Kill the big stuff.
Yes.
Let the little ones know who's boss.
I like it.
The big guys.
Opening up the shooting phase, Astra Militarum have orders which affect them in the shooting phase. We'll get to them as and when we get to those units. But we're working our way along the line. So this unit of veterans unloaded their flashlights into these termagants, killed one, and the last cannon is going to reach out and touch the Tervagon. So -1 to hit, so because a chameleonic mutation. She's turned green right now,
Awesome.
blending into the background.
Which looks lovely.
Yeah.
So I hit on 4s because the veterans.
That's target acquired.
Yes. So toughness.
Toughness 8.
So 3s. 3.
And that is a wound. -3, so I have a 6-up save. Which I failed. D6 damage.
Big 6, please. That'll do.
Pretty good.
That'll do.
From this squad to this squad here, take aim order is in effect, so they're re-rolling 1s. One more bug killed. And now the last cannon coming in on the Tervagon again.
Yep.
Which hits. Because they're hitting on 3s because they're veterans.
Wounds.
And wounds. 6 up. Which I fail. Another D6 damage. For 3. She's down to 6 left. From that squad to the next squad, take aim order in effect again. Didn't kill any of the little bugs, but the last cannon coming in one more time.
Hits.
Every single one of these last cannons has hit, but that one didn't wound.
I'm going to have a command point.
Are you?
I'm going to do it.
Okay, you need a 3.
Yeah.
It does wound. 6 up save. 6 wounds to get through. I make the save. I make the save.
Oh, you foiled me.
From those 2 veteran squads onto this squad of Praetorians. First rank fire, second rank fire. 32 shots coming in on the Termagants, hitting on 4s. 16 hits got through, perfectly statistically average. Strength 3 versus toughness 3. Force to wound. But only 6 found their mark, so 6 up saves, and 5 of the Termagants die. Then the pistol lashed out, then the heavy stubbers from Mad Jack's wagon lashed out, killing a couple more Termagants. Now we're across to these 2 squads here. First rank fire, second rank fire on both of the squads are firing in at this Carnufex. You'll be winning on 6s with flashlights, and I have a 3-up save and 5-up catalyst save. And all these Praetorians, along with their flamer, did manage to take 2 wounds off the Carnufex. Where are we going now, sir?
Tauroxes in sequence until Big Girl's dead.
You're firing at the Tervagon?
Yes.
You really don't like her?
No.
Okay, so should we start with this one?
Yes.
Right.
So,
did they stay still, these Tauroxes?
Yes.
Okay.
So 5s, because you should be in on 4s, 5s, because you'll...
Chameleonic mutation.
Yes.
Yes, go for it. That's pretty good shooting.
2 hits.
2 hits. I am strength. Toughness 8 though, so you're strength
5s.
7. 1 wound. -1, 2 damage.
Yeah.
Normal water cannon. Okay, so 4 up. I make it.
Second
Next.
one.
3 hits. 5s to wound.
Nothing.
No wounds.
Next one.
Third one. 2 hits. 5s to wound. Strength
2.
7 versus toughness 8. 2 get through. 2 4-up saves. I make both of them. Last one.
2. No.
So after the Tauroxes fail to find their mark, maybe a lame Rust Vanquisher can. The big gun is going into the Carnufex. Already did the heavy bolter. It's killed a Tervagon already. How many shots does this thing have?
So it fires once.
Right.
And then because of lumbering advance, it can fire again.
Okay.
So, yes. So hit on 5s.
Because of Spore Cyst. Miss.
No. So I'll do it again. No.
No.
And that's what's up with one shot weapons like that.
So the next one fired a heavy bolter into the Termagants, and now we've got the shots from the Vanquisher cannon coming into the Tervagon. But Chameleonic mutation, -1 to hit.
5. Yes.
Hits. Strength of this gun?
8.
8.
Yes.
Okay, toughness 8.
So 4s. No.
Doesn't wound. Do you want? Good.
I've already command pointed, haven't I?
You have, yeah.
Bugger.
So the next shot it fires twice, right?
Yes, it does. No.
Last Vanquisher, a heavy bolter went into them, but you're not putting the gun into the Tervagon, you're putting it into the Haruspex instead.
Yes.
Okay, you're firing both at the same time this time?
I am, yes.
Okay.
We're going to roll them together this time.
4s to hit, finally.
Yes.
You both hit.
Yes.
It's toughness 8 though. They're big creatures. Alright, they both get through. Minus...
I think it's 2.
Is it?
Yeah, let me double check.
I got a 3-up save, and I failed both of the saves. So both shots get through. You roll 2d6 per shot and discard the lowest. So the first shot is a 3.
Yeah.
And the second shot is a... Is that a 5?
Yes.
So that's 8 damage. So the Haruspex has 5 wounds left, and now the Scions, or Chosen Men, or Scions, they're firing at the Haruspex with lots of plasma guns. Are you overcooking those guns?
Yes.
But they're Chosen Men, they're going to fall.
That's why it won't happen.
Okay, alright then. First shot.
It happens.
Both hit, nice.
Yeah.
Next.
Second one.
Definitely happens. Well, yeah, it definitely happens once.
Next one. 2 hits as well.
4 hits, winding on 4s.
One.
Just one.
Yeah.
At -3, so I need a 6. Which I get. Oh dear.
It's definitely not worth it.
Well, Sharp could overcharge his plasma gun.
Yeah. No.
No. Just a normal shot with a plasma gun.
No.
Misses anyway. Good job he didn't overcharge. Because it may have blown up in his face.
I've got to do the rest of the rifles.
Oh yeah, you said the hot shots are going into the Hormagaunts. Then Harper fired his gun. Then this squad over here, the Praetorians, first rank fired, second rank fired into the Hormagaunts. There are 2 left. And now the artillery, the mortars in the backfield are firing up and over and down on the Hormagaunts. And the Hormagaunts have been obliterated, but there's still more artillery. So the first Wyvern, the one on the right, is firing up and over. They can fire indirectly. And they're going to be landing on this unit of Termagants here. Sam really needs to kill one of these squads, otherwise she's just going to spawn some more. Yeah. So number of shots.
4d6.
That's a lot of shots.
10, 30.
Did they get to fire this twice or anything?
No.
14 shots hitting on 4s. That was 7 hits at strength 4, so you're winning on 3s. Do they re-roll a wound or something?
Yes.
They do?
Yes.
Lovely. So 6 wounds get through. AP minus?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Nothing. So 6s to save, and there's 6 bugs left. And there's 1 bug left. And that's highly annoying, because that means Sam has got to divert all the firepower from another one into this bug here. And that last remaining Turbogang got turned into paste, and now the last Wyvern is firing at this squad here. Number of shots. Fire from the sky. Hitting on 4s. And that was 6 hits, 7 hits, and wounding on 3s and re-rolling, because fire from the sky is very painful. So 5 wounds so far, and another 7 wounds in total. So 7, thank you sir.
No worries, sir.
7 sixes. One of the bugs manages to, 2 of them dodge it, 5 of them just explode.
Well played.
And with that, the rolling artillery barrage silences, dust stretches across the battlefield, and that is the end of the shooting phase for the Astra Militarum. Unfortunately, they get no points, and there's no morale test to take. At the end of the phase, they've wiped out a unit of Termagants, and they've hurt her. But she's not dead yet. They've hurt the Carnufex as well. No charges coming on. So at the end of turn 1, it's 2 points to the Tyranids and 1 point to the Astra Militarum. Let's go on to Tyranids, turn 2. Here are the orders from the Hive Mind. Assassinate, kill a character. Now, this is typically a tricky one to get, but the Guard have lots of characters. Secure 1, no idea where that is. Defend 3, I ditched that other defend card that I had in my hand. Here we are after Hive Fleet Kraken's movement phase, and all of their reserves have burst onto the table. -1 unit of Raveners. Suddenly the threat level has gone up by a lot. And this is objective 1, which they need to secure. The Pyrovores coming around here. And as you can see, there's about to be a lot of pressure against the Chosen Men. The Haruspex moving forward. The Hive Tyrant has flown in from the skies. There's a Neurothroat there as well. So there's some smiting and psychic screaming that's going to happen, causing some mortal wounds. And a Morlock has burst up underground behind them. The Morlock can't charge on the turn, it appears. But any infantry units or any units within 2 inches of the turn that it comes busting up, it can do mortal wounds. So a lot of pressure on Sharp and the Chosen Men. Going for Slay the Warlord there. There's Assassinator character. And if I can't kill that one, then maybe I can kill this platoon commander. Is he a platoon commander?
Yes.
So the Winged Hive Tyrant. Winged Hive Tyrant? No, the Hive Crone flapped over here. It's now the closest for draw cannons and things like that. And then I can charge. And on the right flank, because I'm way Synapse is a thing, The Trigon Prime and some Raveners have popped up over here. Now, it means they're going to be out of position for a lot of the game. However, if I do manage to get some charges in, I could start nomming my way through the artillery, which is just going to light up my little bugs. So that's the right flank. Warriors staying still. Over on the left flank, there was an advance with this squad, and the Gene Stealers have come bursting up through their infestation node, and suddenly there's a lot more bodies on the table. And of course, I spawned 5 more Termagants into that squad there. So this is 40 Termagants plus 16 Gene Stealers, 56 little bugs, a wave of them. And the Carnufexes didn't advance, they just moved forward. The Broodlord did advance, hugging to a bit of cover. Now we're going to go on to the Psyche Phase, and this could be painful. But before we do, rapid regeneration on the Turbogon. Spent 2 command points and she heals.
Bless you.
2 wounds. That was terribly unprofessional. I should re-edit that, but then I might roll a different thing. See, that would be 3 and that would be cheating. So 2 wounds on her. She's back to the thing. She is Catalyst, and she's going to do Catalyst on herself. I need a 6. That fails. I want to keep her alive, but I'm not going to re-roll because if I get any perils, then I could start hurting myself. So Catalyst doesn't go off. The Broodlord is going to smite, and that's a super smite. That's an 11, and it will do D6 damage to that brave unit of Praetorians right in front.
Yeah.
For 6. That was painful. Right, across to the Hive Tyrant. It's got smite, so I've done 1 smite. This is my next smite. This will be a 6. That passes D3 for 1 mortal wound on the chosen men. And then it'll Psychic Scream, which passes D3 mortal wounds. Another mortal wound on the chosen men. And it hasn't finished yet. We've got a smite on a 7 from the Neurothrope, which fails. But I can reroll 1s for Zoanthrope units within 6 inches. And it's got the Zoanthrope weak keyword and it's in range of itself. So I can reroll the 1. And that passes. The D3 mortal wounds on the chosen men for 1 more. So 1, 2, 3 of them just fall. Then the Neurothrope will cast Horror on that Laban Russ 1 more time. I need a 6. And that passes.
Cool.
That tank will be -1 to hit when it shoots. Going back a step, when the Morlock came burrowing up from underground, it has a potential to do mortal wounds. So let's go for the Praetorians first. You roll a D6. And on a 3... it does a mortal wound, and then on the chosen men, it does another mortal wound on the chosen men. So that's all it did. On a 4 to 5, it does D3, and on a 6, it does a flat 3. As the ground shakes underneath them. Right, let's go on to the shooting phase and fire some guns. Not guns, living ammunition, swarms of bugs. Trigon Prime, firing at the mortars. Trigon Prime is not firing bugs, it is firing bioelectric pulse with containment spines at the mortars. It's an Assault 12 weapon and it hits on 4s. Strength 5 AP dash, winning on 3s. 5 wounds. 5 wounds on the mortars. Do they have it 5 up save?
5 ups, so yeah.
1's on 1 wound. Hive Crone Tentaclids at the Wyvern, which has already been wounded, and Tentaclids are already suckling their way through the hull. And the dual cannon and the other shots in at this platoon commander here. So Tentaclids forced to hit, 2 hits, and their strength 5. That's D3 mortal wounds in addition. You need to make a save first.
So 3 up?
Nope. And then 2 wounds. Takes 2 wounds in total. Dual cannon hits platoon commander. Is it the platoon commander here?
Yeah.
D6 auto hits. Sbleh. And it is strength 6. And it does 4 wounds on your platoon commander. It is AP 1. AP -1, sorry.
So I'll just get my normal save because of cover?
Yes. Yes. +1 -1 because of the cover.
So 2 wounds. I think he's got 3.
Are they?
Yes, because he's tough as old boots.
Tough as old boots. Let's do the Stinger Salvo at him then. Assault 4 weapon. Hitting on 4s. And I rolled loads of dice. I rolled 1 too many dice, but they all hit anyway.
Why wouldn't they?
Okay, strength 5. 2 wounds. It's AP Stinger Salvo. It's AP -1, so +1 for cover. How many wounds has he got left?
I imagine this will be enough. So, yeah, he's dead.
Yes, he's dead. He's dead. And that is assassinate.
Oh, he's been assassinated.
Right, let's keep moving down the line. Now the Pyrophores will fire, and the Chosen Men, the Scions. This one's now out of range because I psychicked my way through a chunk of them. But auto-hitting 8 times. Basically a heavy flamer. I'm wounding on 3s. And it's -1. And I rolled 4 ones. So 4...
4 5 ups because we've got Carapace armor. So
and
2 die.
Only 2 get lit on fire. The other 2 stand firm. Then the Haruspex' tongue lashed out, did nothing because that's the Haruspex. The Hive Tyrant has got no shooting. The Morlock has got no shooting. So that's it for the right flank. Let's go across here and fire some Carnufexes into some Praetorians. And each of the Carnufex killed a Praetorian each. Right, now we're onto this unit of Termagants here. And there's a unit of 20 of them there. And I've spent a command point on Scorch Bugs, which means their living ammunition is +1 to wound. So 20 shots coming into these Praetorians at strength 4. So typically I would be wounding on 3s, but now I'm wounding on 2s. And because there's a unit of 20 or more, I'm re-rolling 1s to wound. So wounding on 2s, re-rolling 1s to wound. And because they're in 6 inches of her, they're hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s to hit. That's what Termagants do. So 4s to hit, and then re-roll the 1s. With re-rolls, that was 11 hits. So now winning on 2s because these bugs are on fire. I don't need to re-roll any of the 1s. It's AP dash though. 5 up saves. And you make a chunk of them.
Yeah.
And that killed 5 of them. I thought it would probably kill the squad. Never mind. We've got some more guns here firing in. And they completely whiffed. Didn't kill any. So Stinger Salvo from the Termagant. She's hitting on 5s now. She hits once. She wounds once at -1. So maybe I can kill 1 more. 1 6-up save.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Oh, look at that.
No, I can't kill anymore.
Yes.
So they should be dead. That would have been 40 shots plus the thing, and okay. I think I've fired everything, except for the big guns that never tire.
No.
Right, I'm going to fire at the other tank, because the injured tank is nerfed. So let's fire at the middle one with the Rupture Cannon 4s. Only 2 hits. Strength 10. 1 wound. At -3, 6-up save.
6 up.
6 up.
Ooh.
No, D6 damage.
Ooh,
5 damage.
1.
Did 5.
Oh, no, it's that one.
Yeah, the middle one.
So it's still not nerfed.
It's not nerfed.
It's not nerfed.
Then the Exocrine will fire at that middle Taurox there, because if it goes boom, this could sting. I'm not using Pathogenic Slime this time. Firing twice, 3s to hit, and 3s to wound. That isn't as good. That is 4 6-up saves, and each does 2 damage. I think this Taurox is going to live.
Oh no,
It does 8 damage. How many wounds do they have?
11. So
11 does live. And that is the end of my shooting phase. I don't think I killed anything. I definitely hurt some of the front screen by a considerable margin. I have got Assassinate. But now I'm going to charge. We're going to have Carnufexes going in against the screening Praetorians. We're going to have Haruspex going in against the Chosen Men. Of course, the Morlock can't charge in. And the Hive Tyrant is going to try and get in there as well, but it's highly unlikely. We might as well put the Hive Crone into the Praetorians up here. And let's see if either of these squads can get in. We'll do this one on camera. This one's an 8-inch charge because of Adrenal Glands against the Wyvern. And that's a pass. We'll do the Overwatch in a second. And the Ravener's a 9-inch charge against the Mortar. And that's a fail. And here we are after the charge phase. The Trigon Prime gets into the Wyvern, but the Raveners don't get into the Mortar. Takes a wound on the way in. The Hive Crone took a wound on the way in because there's a Flamer in that squad of Praetorians as it went into Praetorians. The Winged Hive Tyrant got lit up by Harper but made it saves, and the Haruspex is into the Chosen Men. And then things got interesting. One of the Carnufexes failed to charge. The other Carnufex passed its charge, and the Flamers really worried me. This unit advanced. That unit, I figured what I'd do is not charge them in because there's still a flamer in that squad. And yes, I might tie them up, and yes, I might eat them, but I'm going to lose a chunk. And even if I have some little guys up there, they're going to get lit up by all the Imperial Guardsmen, and then I won't be able to spawn into them. It's better to stay back next to her because, again, Sam's going to need to, if he wants to kill them to a man to stop me spawning into them. So keep it secret, keep it safe, and let's go on to the fight phase. At the end of the charge phase, Carnufex is coming like a wrecking ball and do a mortal wound on a 4. Look at that, Militarus actually hurt you. Smashing one of the Praetorians to the ground, and then 5 attacks, hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s because that's what they do, and their strength 6, so I'm wounding on 2s, and it's AP -3, 3 damage each, and I think that Praetorian squad just got balled over.
Yeah.
He's a baller, and then he consolidates 3 inches forward.
Yeah.
So the Carnufex couldn't consolidate close enough into that Praetorian squad. Now we're on to the Haruspex attacking their scions with his big tongue there and all the tentacles that come flying out. It gets D3 attacks for every attack that it uses with... It's got 4 attacks times D3. It's using its tongues. That many attacks. Hitting on 5s because it's a bit poorly. 3 hits. It's strength 6 right now. So 2 wounds at -1.
5 because of carapace armour.
Yeah.
So 1 dice.
Cool. And when it eats someone, it gets a wound back, so it's back up to 6 wounds, and then it can immediately make an additional attack with its shoveling claws. 5s to hit, which misses. Okay, so that was that. We're on to the Hive Crone. The Hive Crone has 3 attacks. She hits on 4s with her scything wings, and she hits every single time. She's strength user, so it's strength 6, wounding on 2s. And she wounds 3 times. It's AP -2, D3 damage a time. I think they only have a 5-up save.
Yes.
So she just killed 3 of them.
Oh,
and
good.
Then, yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah, and then her Wicked Spur lashes out.
Oh, wicked.
And hits. And it's strength 8. And it wounds, and that's -3, D3 damage. 1 minute. She's pretty good in close combat. Mind you, these are only Imperial Guardsmen.
Yeah.
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 Right, the flying Kakor demon just did its thing. She's not a demon, she's a bug. And now the big bug, the Trigon Prime, is hitting this Wyvern.
Yep.
He's got 7 attacks because he's got many pairs of massive scything talons, and he hits on 3s. And reroll hit rolls of 1. There are no 1s, but those are 6 hits. It's strength user. I'm strength 7. What is the toughness of your chassis, sir?
I'm going to say 6.
On a Wyvern?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
In that case, because I'm strength 7, I wound 3 times at -3 D6 damage a time.
So 6s.
6s.
1 6.
1 6. 2 D6 damage for 9 damage. Is that the injured one?
Yes.
That is the injured one.
So it's gone.
Does it explode?
I hope so. No.
No, the ammo does not cook off. That is the Wyvern down, the Wyvern down. And the Trigon Prime consolidates forward, still a couple of inches away from the second Wyvern. That's the end of the charging models. Now we're going to have some Guardsmen fighting back. Then the brave Guardsmen fight back. The Hive Crone took a bayonet to the face and lost a wound. The Haruspex did not lose a wound, and I killed everything else that I charged into up this end of the battle grid. So now we're on to the morale phase. You lost 5. No, 4.
Yeah.
4 in that squad.
So.
And 3 + 4 is 7. They hold.
They hold.
What about the chosen men?
So they're on leadership 7 rank. They've lost 8. So
Okay.
they can't pass. Well, if I don't roll a 1, yeah, they're all dead.
They run away.
Well, sort of just go back. Go back.
They retreat.
Yeah.
They retreat quickly.
In pairs.
And then this squad got wiped out, and then this squad here lost 6. So if you roll a 1 there, they will stand firm.
No,
No,
two
2 more go. And that's the end of the morale phase. That's the end of Tyranids turn 2.
Mm-hmm.
I am securing this objective down here, number 1, and I have assassinated a character. So that is 4 points to 0. The world of Crispens' tomb is in peril. This hallowed space must be defended. So let's go on to Astra Militarum. Turn 2. Here are the orders for the guard. Defend 1, defend 2, and get behind enemy lines. Here we are after the movement phase for the guard. The Rough Riders coming on, getting behind enemy lines as ordered. There's objective 1, which they need to defend. That isn't going to happen, but the unit of Praetorians that were engaged in close combat with the Hive Crone have fallen back and are defending objective 2. I think it's objective 2.
Yeah.
That's the one they need to defend. Wyvern's staying still, so the Trigon Prime is going to have... No, Trigon Prime, yes, is going to have its way with them. Sharper's bravely taken a couple of steps back with Harper there, and he should really. There's a Haruspex right in front. And units disembarking from Torox's with melters and shotguns right in front of that Morlock. So he could be in trouble. And then up here we have another unit that got out of the Chimera, which was behind the wall on the left, and into this ruin before the Chimera came busting round. And that Chimera's got 2 heavy flamers on it. And this is 2 units. Not enough space for the Tyranids to come forward, so they're bravely stepping forward, blocking up the breach. And the guard are now levelling their guns. 2 heavy flames from the Chimera. That's 11 auto hits. 3s to wound. And no saves because it's AP -1. 6 Gants died, and then the Highland 33rd are about to unload all of their other guns into the Turbo Gants. And there's a melter in range of the Turbogon here, which will hit on a 4.
3. Oh, 4.
4. And
Yep.
that's a hit.
Yep.
And it will win on a 4.
5.
And I don't get a save. And this is D6 damage. And this is where I wish I had Catalyst. No, she takes 4 wounds. She's only got 4 left. And a chunk of Termagants die. Now we're on to the other unit of veterans back there. Las Cannon coming into her,
Hits.
which hits, and wounds on a 3, which wounds, 6 up save. I don't make my save, D6 damage.
4.
And she dies. And then the rest of the shots are going to go into this squad.
Mm-hmm.
So when she's reduced to 0 wounds, you roll a D6. And that's a 6. And every Termagant unit within 6 inches of her suffer that number of mortal wounds before you remove her from the battle grid. And there's a big gap left. That's 1 Turvagon, 12 Tervagants got wiped out, and I won't be able to spawn them back in again. And now we have the other shots raining in. And they get wiped out. So now we're across to this squad of veterans here, which are doing the small arms into the next group of Turvagons and taking aim with the las cannon, take aim order onto the Carnufex. So re-rolling once. It's -1 to hit him though because of spore cysts.
So hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s.
That's a hit. Okay. And wounds on 8. That doesn't wound. Strength 9, toughness 7 does not wound.
Do I do it?
Do you? Do you?
Yeah.
You got a lot more shots coming in.
Yeah. Right.
No?
No.
Okay.
No.
Small arms into the Turvagaunts. 2 Turvagants died, and then the next veteran squad doing the same thing. Take aim order. The las cannon can see the Carnufex.
Come on. No.
Misses.
And then the rest of the stuff.
Lots and lots of shots.
Yeah.
So re-rolling 1s because of the take aim order, and only 1 hit so far. Only 2 hits. Strength 3 versus toughness 3. Oh no, you're veterans. You're
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 2 wounds.
2 wounds.
2 wounds. 2 6s.
Oh.
Another bug dies.
Bloody Gribblies.
Then the 2 squads in front of the Termagants with flamers and all the rest of their guns piled into the Termagants, and no more Termagants. You've cleared them away. That was 40 bugs in a Tervagon. That was pretty good. Right, where are we going to next?
All 3 auto cannons shooting up that Carnufex.
Okay, do you want to do it all at the same time?
Yes, because it
Right.
makes me happy rolling lots of dice. So
-1 to hit.
yeah, so 5s.
Okay. And that's really successful. Maybe you should have split your... I don't know. Strength 7 versus toughness 7, however. This is the tricky part.
Fire everything.
Fire everything.
3 wounds.
3 get through at
Yes.
-1 auto guns, right? So 4 up saves. I fail. I think it's -1. If it's -1, he takes 2 wounds. If it's -2, I take 4 wounds. Yeah, auto cannon's AP -1, so the Carnufex is on 4 wounds left. Right, now we're on to this Torox firing at the Morlock.
Yeah, hitting on 5s because it's
Okay.
deaded. Nothing.
Shots go wide.
And then 2 veteran squads. I'll fire them individually. So
Right.
I'll do that one first.
Okay. Okay, putting take aim order on the melter squad, on the vets as well.
Yes.
Basically hitting on 3s.
Mad Jack.
Reeling. Okay, Mad Jack is they when he screams at them, they're listening. 3s to wound. And I don't get a save. So each of them comes slamming in. 2d6, picking the highest. 12 wounds to get through. The first one does 4. The second one does 1. 5 wounds on the Morlock. And now we've got the other shots coming in. Now we have shotguns being racked and unloaded. 3s to hit. And re-rolling. There's no 1s for the take aim.
Yeah.
But you are wounding on 5s now. Shotguns are +1 strength at half range, but I'm toughness 6. And ooh.
So
AP
5.
anything?
No AP dash.
3 ups. It takes 2 more wounds. It's got down to 5 left. 5 left, and that was the first veteran squad. Are you doing exactly the same with the same veteran squad?
Yeah, I've just got heavy flamer and a plasma pistol left.
Is there?
In the squad.
Brilliant. Overcharged plasma pistol because it's re-rolling 1s.
Yeah, may as well.
Don't listen to me.
Oh,
Don't listen to Winters.
come on! Yes.
It hits. Strength 7.
Ah.
It doesn't wound.
And then heavy flamer last.
6. 5 wounds to get through.
That's
So
all.
wounding on 5s.
2 wounds.
2 wounds at -1. Down to 4 wounds left on the Morlock.
And then rinse repeat.
Yeah.
Mad Jack on the squad.
So,
Melter guns.
okay, 1 hit.
Yeah.
By Mad Jack you mean bring it down or
Take aim to
take
hit.
aim.
Yeah.
Take aim.
Uh,
Wounds, no save, 2d6, pick the highest, 4 wounds to get through.
Come on. Yes.
Morlock's dead.
Yes.
It can get angry when it dies. It doesn't get angry, it just crumples.
Yeah.
With that, the Morlock falls. That's 2 of the big bugs being ripped apart by the Highland 33rd and the Praetorian 95th. Good work. Now we're on to the Vanquishers. Where are their shots going? Or the first one at least.
So all the heavy bolters into little horsey gun dudes.
The Pyroballs.
Yes, of course.
Yes, okay.
And then 2 into Squelchy Face,
Right,
and then 1 into Carnufex Man there.
okay. Shall we start off with the heavy bolters?
Yes.
So 2 of the heavy bolters are actually hitting on 5s
Yeah, the
because
others are-
one's wounded and one's horrified.
Oh, right, okay.
So 6 shots hitting on 5s and 3 shots hitting on
4s.
4s into the Squelchy Face. No,
Oh.
Pyroballs.
Yep.
Okay.
5s.
And that's pretty good shooting. Takes
Yeah.
3 hits. Wounding on 3s. On many toughness 4. 1 wound at -1. They have a 4-up save.
Nice.
And I failed the save. Takes a wound. And then 3 more shots coming in. Which 2 of them hit. And 2 of them wound. 2 5-ups. And I take 2 wounds. They have 4 wounds each. Toughness 4. 4 wounds with a 4-up save. So 2 of them have one of them's taken 2 wounds. Vanquisher guns.
Boom. This one, that's him.
Is this the horrified one?
Yes, he's scared.
Okay, so 2d6.
2d6. No, so...
You're going to do them
yeah.
independently to see if you kill it, or because you can fire 1.
Yeah.
It fires twice, so you can fire it once,
Yeah.
and if you kill it, fire it again somewhere else.
I will take your advice.
Okay.
So, 5s.
5s because of the horror.
Hits.
That is a hit. Beautiful.
And
Strength 8, toughness 8.
wounds.
Wounds. AP -3. You say?
Yes.
I fail a save. 2d6, discarding the lowest. 6 wounds left on the Haruspex.
5.
Oh, 1 away. It's got 1 left. It would be dead, but I ate one of the chosen last time.
I
and
remember, yeah.
It was very tasty.
Thank you for that. So I'll finish. I'll fire the other.
Finish the job?
Finish the job.
Okay.
Misses.
Doesn't miss. You know what? Sharp could fire his pistol
Yeah,
and be a glory shot, and
I'll do that because
Yeah.
that is just epicness.
it would be epicness.
Overcharge. In fact, I will. I'm going to take aim on himself.
Take aim on himself.
Yes.
Okay, so he's hitting on a 3 and re-rolling 1s. He hits. Strength 8 versus toughness 8.
Yeah.
He wounds. 6 up. And Sharp
Oh,
takes
so
down the Haruspex,
I'm not
who
surprised.
on 6s.
I'm not even surprised they did that.
He doesn't go nutty as well. He just melts. Not surprised by that.
No, it's just classic sharp.
So the middle one, which is hitting on 4s, is firing at the winged Hive Tyrant. It is a character, but it's got more than 10 wounds, so you can. Forced to hit.
1.
1 hit. Wounds on a 3.
1 wound.
That's a wound. I have a 4-up invulnerable save because I'm a winged Hive Tyrant, which doesn't help me at all. 2d6 damage, discarding the lowest. 6. I think they start with 12. Is that double 6s?
Double 6s.
Do you want to discard the lowest, please?
Yes, I will. Buy these dice. Work.
Available from deploymentzone.tv. So the last one is hitting on 5s. If you fire at the Carnufex, it's hitting on 6s, mate. You probably want to take out the winged Hive Tyrant or the Hive Crone. You can fire at the Hive Crone. That doesn't have an invulnerable save.
Yeah, but he's
So winged Hive Tyrant is...
Yeah, I'll go for the big... Is that your Warlord?
No, that's my Warlord.
Oh,
I would fire at them.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's scary.
So I'll just fire both. So
Both?
5s.
5s.
Nothing.
Nothing. Shots.
After all
Go
that.
wide. Harker's Ripper gun fired up at the Hive Crone doing nothing, and now you're firing both of the Wyverns at the same time, up and over into the Gene Stealers. So 8d6 shots. That many.
Yes.
Should mention the Wyverns have heavy flamers, so they're going against the Hive Crone because you want to tickle it a bit before to try and keep the Praetorians alive that are defending objective 2. But this was 32 shots with the shatter shells.
Storm Shard Mortars.
Those are the ones. Hitting on 4s. That was many hits. Winning on 4s, re-rolling. Because that's what these guns do.
Well, that wasn't... Oh no, I'm re-rolling them, aren't I?
That wasn't great.
Of course.
That was only 6. Here's the re-rolls. And that was better.
Yeah, that's better, much better.
Right. Gene Stealers have a 5-up invulnerable save. And typically they have Catalyst, but no Catalyst right now. So let's see how many dodge right and dodge left as steel rains in from the skies. Not a lot. 3 of them. Only 7 Gene Stealers remain. 9 got wiped out. Now the 2 heavy flamers hit the Hive Crone automatically for 8 hits. Winning on 5s. 4-up save becomes a 5-up. She loses 2 wounds. After the Hive Crone was set on fire, we found another unit that had yet to fire, which are these Praetorians. They did put 2 wounds on this Carnufex here with 1st rank fire, 2nd rank fire. And that is the end of Astra Militarum turn 2, and what a brutal turn, losing the Harrowspecs, the Morlock, the Turvagon, all the Turvagants, losing 6 wounds off my Hive Tyrant. There are suddenly big gaps opening up all across the Tyranid lines. I was a bit worried for the Guard before turn 2 happened, and now I'm a bit worried for the Tyranids. They have got behind enemy lines, making it 4 points to 1, and they've started defending that objective there. And if they keep hold of it, by the end of my turn, it'll be 4 points to 3. Mind you, I'll have the opportunity to score more points in this turn. So this battle is definitely on. The grave world of Crispens' tomb will not fall to the Tyranid menace. Let's go on to Tyranids turn 3. Here are the orders for Hive Fleet Kraken. They are enraged. They want to secure objective 2, which is the objective that the Praetorians are defending. And Blood and Guts kill something in the assault phase, and overwhelming firepower kills something in the shooting phase. How quickly the game could change after 1 turn. There's big gaps on the left flank, and I'm not so confident with my forces down here anymore. The Gene Stealers advancing all the way across here, rolling 3d6 for Kraken, and they can charge after they advanced along with the Broodlord into this big wide gap. There's 2 heavy flamers on that thing, so even though it's a Chimera, I think I need to shoot it, which is a bit of a waste because it's just a Chimera, but it's got 2 heavy flamers. So I think I need to shoot it. And I think I need to smite and try and clear my way through here. Now, this is another problem for me because there's a flamer in that squad, there's a flamer in that squad, there's a heavy flamer and 2 melters in the vet squad. And the melters, there's flamers everywhere which can kill my little bugs, but the melters can also kill my big bugs as well. So I'm going after the vets. And because everything's moving up the table, the warriors had to come around, hugging to cover, to make sure that we're in synapse range on my big bugs and there's no instinctive behavior, shenanigans, things like that. So Carnufex's Broodlords, Gene Stealers should be busting forward, I might be able to tear through the front rank, and then if the guard have another shooting phase like they just had, then I'm going to lose my left flank. So I'm overloading the right flank. The unit of Raveners, the second unit, have popped up onto this objective here, and the winged Hive Tyrant can move 12 with 6 wounds left, and he's got Smite and Psychic Scream, and I mean to stop you defending that one there. Now I need to kill everything. That Wyvern is still within 3 inches of the centre of that objective as well. So not only do I need to kill all the troops, but then I need to charge in and contest, at least contest this objective. The Pyrovores can flame the Praetorians as well. And then round here we have Raveners, need to take care of that Mortar. Trigon Prime, need to take care of that Wyvern. Basically overloading the right flank, doing all I can to stop the artillery. And there's my synaptic linchpin, my brain bug. It's only 4 points to 1. So if I kill something in the assault phase and kill something in the shoot phase, I should be able to pull forward on points. And then, after another guard shooting phase, I might not have much left. So it might be a case of rolling thunder and the Astra Militarum moving out and trying to steal this battle from me. Let's go on to the Psychic phase. Broodlord casting Catalyst on the remaining Gene Stealers, need a 6, and that passes. Neurothrope is going to cast Horror on the middle tank because the Hive Prone is going to charge the other tank. That's the plan anyway. The Horror needs a 6, and that's a fail, but I do re-roll 1s, and that's a pass. It's Horrified again. Then I'm going to Smite to hit those Praetorians defending objective 2. Smite passes, D3 mortal wounds for 2. Moving round here, it's 4 left. So the winged Hive Tyrant is going to Psychic Scream them, and it needs a 5 to pass. That's a pass and does D3 mortal wounds for 3 more. There is 1 left, and now I'm going to Smite, and it's a 6. That passes. So yeah, you're no longer defending. Well, you are still defending that objective with the Wyvern. Yeah. So as long as the Hive Tyrant makes it in there, I will stop you defending it. And the Pyrovores didn't even need to flame on. So we're on the shooting phase now. 10-inch range. Let's measure up to see if they can hit anything. Yeah, the Pyrovores, well, one of them could reach out and touch that Lehman Russ, and it didn't dent the Ceramite. And then we came over here, and I don't know why I moved the Raveners up here, because his containment spines, I figured no point firing at the Wyvern, it wouldn't hurt it. So I fired the containment spines at the Mortar, killing the Mortar. So the Raveners are definitely exposed, but they move 12, they move a long way. So they can dig their way out of the corner, no problem. And let's go on to the Hive Crone. Right, this one's on 6 wounds, the tank on the left side. So the one in the middle is Horrified. This one's going to get charged, the one on this side, which will stop it from shooting next turn. So let's put all the shots into the Lehman Russ on the left. Let's drool all over you with a drool cannon. Number of auto hits, 1, strength 6. It does wound at -1, 1 damage. So 1/4 up save.
Doesn't make it, so it's down to 5.
Stinger Salvo's hitting on 4s, 3 hits, and winning on 5s. 1 wound at -1, so 1 more, 4 up.
4 up. Nope.
Tickles another wound off of it, nice. Tentaclids, 4s, 3 hits. They are strength 5, but can do mortal wounds. And they do wound. 2 3-up saves normally, sir. Thank you. Take a wound off. It's down to 3 wounds left. Now, on a 4-up, it does a mortal wound in addition, so that's another wound. And on the 6-up, it does D3 mortal wounds. For 1. Oh no, the tank's on 1 wound left. Do I command point that? Yes, let's command point that. Let's try and get rid of the tank, because on a 3-up, that's a dead tank.
Are you sure? Oh.
No.
Oh.
Command point reroll failed. The tank's alive on 1 wound left. Moving down the line, Carnufex number 1 screams 5 times, hits on 4s, and at strength 7 will kill on 2s. That's 2 dead Praetorians from that squad, and this one will do the same into that squad, so I can make a gap. Screams for D6 shots is 4, hitting on 4s and killing on 2s. 3 more, so that's that squad wiped out. At least that's one of the pesky flamers gone. Very few shots left. Right, Though I'm loath to do it, the Tyrannofex will fire out a Chimera. 2 heavy flamers on it. 4s to hit. 3 hits. It's strength 10. 3s to wound. I get 2 wounds through, 2 6-up saves.
No.
No, 2d6 damage on the Chimera.
Oh.
For 12.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it goes kaboom.
Yeah.
On a 6 it definitely goes kaboom.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything in range anyway.
No.
No. Okay, so
Well,
I was forced to fire at it.
good shooting, Tex.
Yeah, you made the Tyrannofex angry.
Yeah.
Right, so I now can fire twice with the Exocrane. And I can split my fire all over the place, but let's not do that. Let's fire at one thing. I could shoot at that tank.
That 1 wound.
On 1 wound.
Ooh.
But I think you're probably hitting on 5s now. Or maybe even worse on 6s.
Yeah, I'm hitting on 6s now. I'm at the lowest.
Are you hitting on 6s?
Uh,
So I could try to delete one of these units. So these have got las cannons and melter guns. What are in the elite squads here? What have they all got?
that's just the las cannon, las guns.
Yeah.
Where
are the melters?
The melters are here and here.
Here and here.
Yeah.
Now I'd be hitting on 3s with the Exocrane on 12 shots. 2s would wipe them out entirely, but you might spend command points to keep your melters around because there's Carnufexes there. So I could fire at them and hurt them and force you to spend command points to keep them alive in the morale phase, or just kill one of these transports instead. Transports have only got auto guns on,
Yes.
auto cannons on.
Yes.
I really don't know what to fire at, or fire at the lane. I'm in a target-rich environment. No, my gut is saying shoot at one of these veterans, the Highland 33rd. I'm going to get rained on from plasma from the skies. 3s to hit. 9 hits at strength 7, 2s to kill. And it looks like this. 8 of that squad just evaporate, and the 2 remaining guardsmen pick up the 2 melters that are lying on the floor there. So I strongly suspect Sam is about to spend 2 command points to keep them alive and stop them running away in the morale phase. And considering you've got 8 command points left, I would do that. And that's the end of my shooting phase. So we need to charge. Gene Stealers are going to eat the Overwatch. There's a heavy flamer and a couple of melters in this veteran squad here. Then the Broodlord is going to catapult into that squad there. The Carnufex is going to try and... Where's Mad Jack? Where is he?
Mad Jack's all over here.
Okay, he won't get charged by a Carnufex. So the other Carnufex will charge this guy there. Carnufex here. Let's do all these charges. Right, here we are after the charge phase. Multiple charges made across the line. The Broodlord and the Gene Stealers are now engaged, and the Carnufex made it into the Centaur. And this Carnufex made it into the Praetorians, taking a wound on the way in. My Hive Chrome has engaged both of the tanks, the horrified one and the other tank, so that was pretty good. Both of them will have to fall back next turn and will not be able to shoot. And then you use defensive gunners?
Yes.
On one of these artillery pieces as the winged Hive Tyrant came in. And with the Mordian thing, you were hitting on 4s. Yes. And the Hive Tyrant's got 3 wounds left. He got lit up. And there's heavy flamers on these things as well. Yes. So the Trigon Prime also took a couple of wounds as they came in. So we've got big bugs, little bugs, cardboard box, all the way across the line. Lots and lots of charges. I need to make this count before the guns of Navarone unleash one more time. So let's start up this end with a Trigon Prime. So the Trigon Prime has 7 attacks with his massive scything talons. He's still hitting on 3s and he's re-rolling 1s because that's what massive scything talons do. So that was 5 hits, only 5 hits. I'm strength 7, your toughness 6. Yep. So I'm wounding on 3s at AP minus 3, d6 damage a time.
So I'm going to roll 5 6s. I roll 2 6s.
2 6s.
So 3 wounds go through.
Well, no, 3 d6 damage.
Oh, yes.
They are tank killers, Drygons. And on this occasion I don't kill the tank. I instead take 8 wounds off of it. So I don't kill the Wyvern. That happened. And then Sam paid 2 command points to interrupt. He fancies his veterans against my Gene Stealers all the way down on the left flank. There is a full squad of them there, I guess. Veteran sergeants have 2 attacks, plus he's got a chainsword, so that's 12 attacks coming in on the Gene Stealers, hitting on 3s. And that's okay.
4s.
They hit on 4s, strength 3 versus toughness 4, so 5s to wound. Trying to kill a couple here. 3 wounds sneak through, 3 lightning reflex saves. I make one of them and then 2 catalyst saves. And I make both of them and they don't cut down any of the Gene Stealers. So while we're here, I'm going to fight back. 7 Gene Stealers, that's 21 attacks, they have 3 each. And I'm hitting on 2s because I'm in range of a Broodlord. That was 20 hits, strength 4, toughness 3, 3s to wound. 6s are AP minus a lot. These are AP minus 4, so 4 are dead. And then there's 12 at AP minus 1. They have carapace armor, right?
No,
do they? No,
just the old...
So 12 6s.
Ooh.
No. There's the squad.
Yeah.
Then they consolidate forward, and now the Broodlord strikes this unit, hitting on 2s with 6 attacks. And he's strength 5, so he's winning on 3s, but he rerolls to wound. And that is 5 wounds at AP minus 3. That's that squad wiped out. Across to the Carnufex, which does a 4-up mortal wound when it charges in. New. And they typically have 4 attacks, but 5 because it's got 2 sets of claws. And it hits on 3s, rerolls 1s. And it's strength 6. Toughness of the Thingy Bob Armoured Carrier?
I'm going to say 6.
Okay. 4s. 2 get through. And it's AP minus 3, 3 damage each.
So it's 2 6-ups.
2 6-ups.
Oh, make 1.
Make 1. And he takes 3 damage. So the Centaur has 4 wounds left, only starting off with 7. Now we're across to this Carnufex, attacking a unit of 7 Praetorians. Again, a mortal wound at the end of the movement phase when it charged in. So it kills 1. It just runs over 1 like an elephant or a Carnufex. And it hits on 3s, rerolls 1s, and at strength 6 it will kill on 2s. And it kills 4 more. 2 of the Praetorian 95th left alive in that squad. And then we're across to my winged Hive Tyrant back all the way along to this flank. Now, because it's got 3 wounds left, it's hitting on 4s with its 5 attacks because it has 2 pairs of massive Scything Talons. So 4s, rerolling 1s because that's what Scything Talons do. Okay, so everything hit in the end anyway. That's quite good. I'm strength 6. You're toughness 6 on a Wyvern, so I need 4s to wound. I get 3 through, so minus 3, 3 damage each.
3 6s?
3 6s. You make 1. You take 6 damage on the Wyvern. Then the Wyverns attacked back against these 2 monsters, didn't do any damage. Then the 2 Praetorians attacked back against the Carnufex in the middle of the battle grid and didn't do any damage. And that is the end of Tyranids turn 3. We've got some morale to take. I've stopped you defending this objective here, I'm contesting it. This squad needs to take a morale, and a squad of elites that I wiped 8 out of need to take morale, unless you're burning 2 command points to keep those 2 metal guns back in the fight.
Yeah, so I'm down to 3. I was on
3 left.
I was on 8 like a minute ago.
Do you want to do a morale on them?
Yes.
You lost 4 or 5.
Yes, I lost 5 on them.
Did you?
Yes.
Oh, they're running.
Yep.
They're fleeing from the Carnufex.
Fair play.
1 minute before we go on, we forgot to do the Hive Crone. The Hive Crone will put all of its attacks into that Layman Russ. So the Hive Crone is pretty good at killing Guardsmen in an assault, but just banged against the side of that Layman Russ there, scratching her wings down the surface of them, doing no damage. Right, points. It was 4 points to 1. You're not defending that one and I'm not securing it. Still 4 points to 1. And in the assault phase, I killed 2 things, which makes it 5 points to 1. The Broodlord and the Carnufex killed, but not 3 things. However, in the shooting phase, Tyranids killed 1 thing, Carnufex killed 1 thing, and the biocontainment spines from the Trigon Prime killed another thing as well. So I killed 3 things in the shooting phase. So instead of 1 point, I get D3 points for 3.
Bugger.
That makes it 8 points to 1 for the Tyranids. However, if there is another overwhelming shooting phase like last time from the Astra Militarum, then there won't be much left of this Xenos threat. Let's go on to Guard, turn 3. Here are the orders for the Guard. Chain of command, score a victory point if you issue 3 to 5 different orders or tank orders this turn, and he has the ability to do that. And D3 if you issue 6 or more orders this turn, different orders. He can do that. That would be D3. Defend 2 is still in his hand. That's going to be tricky. And Hammer of the Emperor. Score a victory point if you destroy an enemy unit that was controlling an objective marker at the start of this turn. And there's a couple of NID units out there that are controlling objectives. Right, it's 8 points to 1, so the Guard are a long way behind. However, if they kill a lot of stuff this turn, then I won't be scoring very much next turn. Now, at the start of the turn, the Wyvern was engaged with that Hive Tyrant, so he wasn't controlling that objective at the start of the turn. So if you kill him, you don't get a point for that objective that was in your hand. However, if you don't kill him this turn, then at the end of the turn, I will get a point for securing objective 2. Killing a unit that's controlling something, well, these Raveners are controlling that one, and the Gene Stealers over here are controlling that one. However, line of sight down here is a problem because the window at the back is quite high, barrels are blocking the lower one, and not only is line of sight onto the Gene Stealers a problem, there's a Carnufex right there that you really need to deal with. So you need to chuck out as many orders as you can and stop me scoring objective 2 and just try and clear away some of these big beasties. But unfortunately for the guard, both of these Lehman Russes aren't firing this turn because they were engaged by the Hive Crone.
Yeah.
Both of the Wyverns aren't firing this turn because one was engaged by the Hive Tyrant and one was engaged by the Trigon Prime. Basically, all 4 of these vehicles up this end of the battle grid are not shooting. They had to fall back out of combat. So this turn, the Guard might not be able to secure very many of their orders. So instead, they just need to pull the trigger. So first rank fire, second rank fire on this unit of veterans here. The las cannons coming out at the Tyranids.
Yes.
Hitting on a 3.
Yes.
Which hits. I'm winning on a 3.
Doesn't.
Which doesn't wound. And then many guns going into the Gene Stealers. 28 shots into the Gene Stealers, hitting on 3s. And wounding on 5s. That's a lot of wounds. Actually, that was 6 wounds. They're in cover, so their 5-up save becomes a 4-up save. And I fail 5 of them, but they have Catalyst on. And I fail 1 of them. So 3 Gene Stealers left to get Hammer of the Emperor. What's firing next?
Auto cannons with swords.
Okay. And it hits twice. And it will wound on 3s.
1 wound.
1 wound, 5-up lightning reflexes. No. And then 2... Catalyst saves? No, you kill 1 more, there's 2 left. Okay, so 2 Gene Stealers left. Second order given, take aim on the Carnufex from this unit of vets. 2 Melters first, right?
Oh no, that's the las cannon one.
That's the las cannon one.
So
okay.
Hitting on 4s.
Yeah, because of spore clouds.
Nope.
Miss.
And then all the las gun shots.
Lots of las guns.
Yeah.
These are the wound rolls, so 3 saves to make. The Carnufex takes a wound. Next squad issuing a different order. This one, bring it down. No idea what it does. What are we firing?
Las cannon.
Las cannon.
Hitting on 4.
Okay.
And it rerolls 1s to wound.
That's a hit. Okay. And then wounds, -3, so I need a 6. I fail. D6 damage. For 1 damage, and that Carnufex has got 2 wounds left. You've got 3 command points left.
I'm going to do one.
You're going to do one?
I'm going to do one.
You're going to do one.
Yeah. No!
No! Carnufex on 1 wound left, and then re-rolling 1s to wound, you got this many wounds through, so you kill the Carnufex only just. Only just. After the 2 squads of veterans fired, taking down that Carnufex, now the Centaur can draw line of sight in on the Gene Stealers, hitting on 4s, and it gets 4 hits. These are heavy stubbers, right?
Yes.
4s to wound, 2 Carnufexes, Gene Stealers. Oh. Just 1 wound. Yeah. 1 wound, 5-up, and 5-up. Kill a Gene Stealer. There is 1 left. And that's another point sat there. Right, on to the Thoraxes. So 2 of them firing at this Carnufex here. And -1 to hit, so 5s. Ooh, is that 5 hits? That is 5 hits.
5 hits.
Strength 7, toughness 7. And
4 wounds.
4 wounds. At -1. I failed 2 of the saves, so that is 4 damage. It had 5, it's got 1 left. 1 wound left on the Carnufex. Now the 2 hero melter vets who watch their squad mates die around them are dialing up their melter guns. They will hit on 4s for vengeance. 1 hit, just need a 3. That's a wound at -4. I don't get a save. D6 damage, dead. Carnufex, you roll it anyway, that's 3.
Dead.
It's very dead. Both of the Carnufexes have fallen now. Now the Taurox that's hitting on 5s is firing up at the Winged Hive Tyrant. Though it's flying around, it's not obscure. It doesn't suffer that minuses to hit. 2 hits get through. Strength 7, Toughness 6. 2 wounds at -1. It has a 4-up save, which becomes a 5-up. I fail them both. It takes 4 damage. It's down to 3 wounds left. Right, after the Hive Crone took some wounds, we got down and looked and triple-checked and double-checked, and that Vanquisher, the one on 1 wound left, can see through the window of that ruin in on the head of that Gene Stealer there, and a little bit of his red carapace. So, what's he hitting on now? He's got 1 wound.
He's on 6s.
6s?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what are we firing first?
Heavy bolters.
Heavy bolters.
Heavy
for the
bolters.
Emperor and all that. This is for a point.
Come on.
No. Okay. Right, 6s to hit with a Vanquisher cannon. Good luck, sir.
Thank you. Yes.
But yes.
Yes.
Oh, the one sneak
Yes.
through. Okay. Just don't roll a 1.
Yes. That's the whole plan. Yes.
Oh, okay, right. Well, it did seem like a waste before you fired it. 5-up lightning reflexes coming up. No. 2d6 damage. I've got Catalyst. You haven't killed him yet. 2d6. And discard the lowest. Right, so 3. Can I make 3 Catalyst saves to deny you this 1 point? This would be so annoying. No, the Gene Stealer falls, getting taken out by a Vanquisher batter cannon. Just smeared paste across the floor and walls of that ruin. Ooh, okay, so everything across this line has fired. The tanks up here can't fire. Oh, you've got these guys, the veterans, to fire at the Hive Crones. Got 3 wounds left.
Yeah.
Are there Melters in this squad as well?
Yes.
There are.
I'll be doing take aim with Mad Jack.
Okay, Mad Jack saying, take aim, brothers. Not brothers, but men.
Men.
Yep.
Sorry.
3s.
3s.
1 hit. Strength 8. Doesn't wound. 3 wounds left on that thing.
Yeah.
Is there a heavy flamer? Is there
Yeah,
shotguns?
there's shotguns, heavy flamers.
Heavy flamer. 6. Okay, fire in the sky. It's got 3 wounds left and a 4-up save. That's the wound. I can see 1.
Yeah, 1 save.
Which I make. 3 wounds left. If you don't kill it.
Yeah.
What?
Plasma pistol.
Oh, right. Overcharge?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hashtag don't listen to winners.
Yes, that overcharge. Well, I've got take aim, haven't I? So I can
Is that re-rolling 1s,
Yes.
is it? Oh,
So
it
it
hits
hits.
anyway. You're going to be wounding on that. It's -3. I don't get a save. So it's down to 1 wound. And if you don't kill it, I'm going to charge a tank again, or 2.
So I've got
So how many shotguns?
shotguns. I've got 10.
10.
So
10 shotgun shells, hitting on 3s. And
re-rolling 1s.
take aim. Okay, that was everything hit.
Yes.
Fill the sky with lead. 5s to wound. And that's enough. That's 4.
4. Yeah.
4 4-up saves, 1 wound left. It's dead.
Yes.
Does it go nutty?
I hope not.
It doesn't go nutty. Right, I think that's the end of your shooting phase. Killing a couple of Carnufexes and the winged hive thingy, Bob. Is that it? Have we got
Just
any
got
more?
to shoot Sharpie and Harper as he run in to punch the Hive Tyrant
Are
in the
they
face.
going to do some heroic stuff? here?
Yes.
Okay, so can he order himself or something?
Yeah, so he's going to take aim,
Right,
and then that's, so he re-rolls 1s.
okay. Does that mean you're overcharging your plasma?
I'm a warlord. Yes, because that's what he does.
Okay,
Yes.
good luck, Sharp.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, no, that's it.
That's
He
it,
missed.
that misses.
And
Okay,
then Harper with his Ripper gun.
right,
His
okay.
assault.
Yep.
So it hits on 4s.
1 hit,
Yeah, and then
5s to wound.
Yeah.
And toughness 7.
yeah, no.
Doesn't wound.
Nope.
And that's the end of your shooting phase. It was pretty successful. You're guaranteed a point by killing those Gene Stealers, and at least I'm not going to charge again and again and again with the Hive Crone. You know, this is the first game that it's ever done anything useful.
Yeah, it's been
So,
really annoying.
charges, are you going to go in with Harper and Sharp
Yes.
against this Hive Tyrant
Yes.
with 3 wounds left?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know, should I bring Sharpie in with me?
Well, it depends how much of a hero he is.
Well, obviously, now I've got to do it.
Right, you make it in. No damage done in Overwatch because I don't have anything to shoot you with. Are you starting with your Warlord?
Yes.
Or are you going to soften it? No, start with your Warlord. Okay, so Company Commander versus Hive Tyrant.
Yes.
Cephas Kane would be proud of you,
Yes, I know. I'm so happy.
So,
Hitting on 3s.
okay.
Or is it 2s? I don't know.
Just roll some dice and then figure it out if you get low.
I hope it's... Well, it doesn't matter, does it? So one hit.
And with that sword, you're strength 5?
Yes.
Versus toughness 7.
So 5.
Nothing.
Right, now it's all for Harper.
Harper's got to do it. He's got to rescue him before I claw you to death.
Mm.
Right, so the Ogren bodyguard is going to have to rescue his commander before he gets mushed by a Hive Tyrant. Avalanche of muscle, extra attack.
Yep.
He's hitting on
3s.
Okay. That was 4 hits. Interesting. What's his strength?
5.
Okay, so you're winning on 5s with this huge knife. That's literally what it's called, a huge knife.
Oh, 1 wound.
1 wound. AP minus?
1.
Okay, 4 up and vulnerable save. Which I fail. How much damage does that do? I've got 3 left.
2.
2?
Mm.
So I've got 1 wound left.
Mm.
And now the Hive Tyrant will attack your Warlord.
Mm.
2 pairs of monstrous scything talons. I am hitting on 4s. And re-rolling 1s. 4 hits. And I am wounding on 2s, because I'm really strong. Only 2 wounds.
So...
Does he have an invuln? So 5 up refractor field shaves on Sharpie. Shaves. He saves 1. That means he takes 3 damage, but every time he loses a wound, on a 3 up, it goes onto your Ogren Tau thing for every wound. So you need to roll 3 dice. So, yeah, 3 ups.
So, yeah. Come on.
No. Okay, so Sharpie loses 1, Harper loses 1, and you stand firm.
Yeah.
Right, just double checking everything. The Ogren's got 4 left, and the company commander's got 3 wounds left. My Hive Tyrant has got 1 wound left. They continue to battle each other out. And that is the end of Astra Militarum turn 3. And you get a point for chain of command and a point for blowing me off of objective. So it's 8 points to 3. The guard are clawing their way back into this game. And I've got very few... Yeah, thanks. I've got very few assets left. I've got an exposed Broodlord, some gun things in the backfield, and some Raveners. And it's going to be very difficult for me to score some points now. But let's see what we can do. In Tyranid, turn 4. Here are my orders. Still got secured 2 in my hand and crush. Basically, I need to kill a unit, and if the last attack was made by a Tyranid monster, then I get a point. Basically, if my Hive Tyrant kills Sharp, I could get a point that way. And defend objective 6. Here we are after the Tyranid movement phase. I just noticed there's some Rough Riders hanging around up here and getting line breaker. Anyway, secured 2. So, I'm Kraken. I can fall back and charge. So the Hive Tyrant's fallen back. Then he charges in and I will get crush if I kill something in the assault phase with a monster. Either the Hive Tyrant can do it or the Trigon Prime can do it, and they're joined in by the unit of Raveners there. That's after I smite him and Psychic Scream him and maybe get Slay the Warlord. Of course he will be able to push off wounds onto Harker, but that's some heroic stuff happening on there. Warlord on Warlord action. Meanwhile, the Pyrovores advance, the Raveners come rushing forward. Need to shut down at least one of these tanks from shooting. And my last objective is defend objective 6. Now, much as though I didn't want to go backwards with my Broodlord, there is objective 6. And even if I shoved my Broodlord up the table, I'll just be killing some infantry. And you'll be taking away everything but the Melters and the Heavy Flamers again. And then you'll kill the Broodlord. So I could kill some infantry and then get killed and not get any points. Or come back here and try and defend objective 6 and potentially get some points. And at 8 points to 3, and because I'm going to lose a chunk of my army, I need as many points as I can. So I'm going to try and keep him alive by putting Catalyst on him. And that fails. So I'm going to have to spend a command point to reroll that. I need a 6. That's a pass. After the Broodlord, the Neurothrope tried to horrify the tank on 7 wounds, because this one is, I'm going to shut it down from shooting, and I failed horror. I did get Smite off and put a wound on the Layman Russ in front of me, and now we're on to the Winged Hive Tyrant. So, Psychic Scream on Sharp. Passes. D3 mortal wounds on Sharp. For 3. So you need to roll 3 3s to pass the wounds onto the Ogryn.
Come on, Sharpie.
Sharpie's alive on 1 wound left. The Ogryn has got 2 wounds left. And now I'm going to try and smite. I need a 6. That passes. D3 mortal wounds for 1. So 1 3-up save to keep your warlord alive.
Yes.
So the warlord is still alive, but both of these have got a migraine and a half. They're on 1 wound each. Heroes, will they break when I go charging in? We're about to find out. Now, I could put containment spines from the Trigon Prime into one of them, but no, I can't, because they're characters. So the containment spines are going to have to hit the Wyvern before I charge. And the Pyrovores are going to light up those infantry, those veterans back there. The containment spines bounce, but the Pyrovores lit up 6 of those veterans there. They're dead. Now, the last couple of things left to fire is this tank, which I failed to horrify on 7 wounds left, is going to get shot by the rupture cannon from my Tyranids. I need 4s, 2 hits, and strength 10, 1 wound at -3.
So I roll a 6? No.
Nope, d6 damage. 3. So it's nerfed a bit. It's down to 4 wounds left.
Yeah, so it's downgraded.
Really need to kill that tank. So let's put the exocrine in it as well. 3s. 8 hits, wounding on 5s. And I get 3 wounds through at -3. 3 at -3, sir. 2 damage a time. You fail all the saves.
Yeah.
So that's 6 damage. It goes kaboom on a 6.
No.
It doesn't go kaboom. I did manage to get rid of that tank. It would have been so much easier if horror had got off. That's the end of my shooting phase. We're going to do some charges now. The Raveners are going to go in against this Layman Russ, and my winged Hive Tyrant will go in against Sharp, and the Raveners here will go in against your Ogryn. He's going to go against the Wyvern. Let's start off with the winged Hive Tyrant on Sharp. Let's do Sharp only. I might as well do the Ogryn as well, because you're just going to heroically intervene anyway.
Yes.
Overwatch. We'll do it on camera. I've got 1 wound left. What's this?
Ripper gun.
Ripper gun? Okay. Ripper gun firing out from Harker.
Come on. Yes.
1 hit. 5s to wound. Don't do it.
Just, please.
I have a 3-up save. I'm supposed to kill your warlord. You're not supposed to kill mine.
No.
It's alive. Right. Now your warlord. Are you overcharging? You only need 1 wound anyway. There's no point.
No.
If you overcharge, you'll be wounding on a 3 instead of a 4. That's if you hit. Are you overcharging? No.
No.
Doesn't hit. Okay, let's see if I get in. I'm in. Right, here we are. Raveners into the tank. Didn't take any damage. Hive Tyrant and Raveners into the Ogryn and Sharp. Didn't take any damage. And I lost 3 wounds when this thing came flying into the Wyvern. Now I'm aware you've got 2 command points in your hand and you can pay to interrupt. What I'd really like to do is put all the Ravener attacks in on your Ogryn and kill him. And then the Hive Tyrant will be free to slay your warlord. But you'll pay to interrupt as soon as I've done the Raveners. So I've got to start off with my warlord. So warlord on warlord. Hitting on 4s. 1 hit. And I'm re-rolling 1s. Because that's what monstrous scything talons do. 1 hit. 1 hit on your warlord. I was thinking about command point and re-rolling that, but I need to wound. And if I fail this wound, then I'm going to command point and re-roll. I'm wounding on a 2. How hard is this? It shouldn't be this hard. It's a wound. You have a refractor field save to make.
Come on, Sharpie.
Now, do you want to command point re-roll that?
I'm going to have to, aren't I?
Because this is going to do 3 damage, and basically, even if you roll a bunch of 3s and keep your dude alive, it will not be enough to share the 2 wounds, the 3 wounds across the 2 wounds remaining. So 5 up for glory.
Can't die.
Yeah, go on.
Oh, go on. Yeah. Gentleman. No.
No. Slay the warlord.
Sharpie. Dead.
With the warlord gone, the Raveners made short work of the Ogryn. Now we're on to this monstrosity on the Wyvern here. So I have 7 attacks and I'm going to be hitting on not 3s anymore. 4s, I'm hitting on 4s and I rolled not enough dice. Right, 3 hits and wounding on 3s. 2 wounds, 2 6-up saves on your Wyvern.
I'll come over to you.
2 6-up saves on the Wyvern.
1.
Make 1, fail 1. That does 3 damage. It has 3 wounds left. That's a dead Wyvern which goes kaboom and hurts all my guys.
No.
Doesn't go kaboom. Trigon piles in, not close enough to that tank. Then we came here to the Raveners, strength 4, scratching a toughness 8 chassis with the 3-up save. I didn't do any damage. But the point was to lock it down from shooting. And that is the end of my turn 4. I get Crush. I get Secure Objective 2, making it 10 points to 3. And Slay the Warlord, 11 points to 3. And I'm defending Objective 6, 11 points to 3. But that's most of my army committed now. So let's go to Tyranids. Sorry, not Tyranids. Imperial Guard, turn 4. Here are the orders for the Guard. They need to take the field. Troops on the ground. If they have 2 to 5 objective markers, they'll get D3 points. Now that's doable with a bit of advancing. Defend 2, my Hive Tyrant's all over it. But talk about my Hive Tyrant. Big Game Hunter. Kill something with a wounds characteristic of 10 or more. You'll get a point. And the Hive Tyrant's only got 1 wound left. Here we are after the Astra Militarum movement phase. The Layman Russ is staying locked up in combat. There's no point in pulling back because then I'd just charge him and charge him and charge him. However, Big Game Hunter kills something with a wounds characteristic of 10 or more. Hive Tyrant's on 1 wound left. So Magic Squad and that Wyvern with its auto-hitting heavy flamer. There's going to be shots coming in this way. Defend Objective 2 is under there. That isn't going to happen. But talk about defending objectives. He needs to kill the Broodlord, which is defending Objective 6. So, 1, you put the Centaur on it, and 2, you've done move.
Forward for the Emperor.
Forward for the Emperor on these 2 squads here, because the Pyrovores were a bit closer. The Broodlord is a character, and that way they can shoot at him. And if you destroy the Broodlord, not only do you prevent me from getting 2 points for defending it, but you're on that objective, the Taurox is on that objective, and you spent a command point to advance as far as you possibly can. The Rough Rounders have come round here and they're in range of this objective here. So no command points left for the Astra Militarum.
1.
But so long as you kill the Broodlord, that'll be D3 points. As well as prevent me from scoring that one there. So, let's go on to the shooting phase. Everything from the Wyvern into the Hive Tyrant, point blank range, heavy flamer, auto hitting 4 times. Right, this is wound on 5s.
2 wounds.
2 wounds at -1, 2 4-up saves, or the Hive Tyrant falls. The Hive Tyrant, I've got a command point.
No.
Let's use the command point. The Hive Tyrant falls. He goes nuts on a 6. And that's Big Game Hunter. Dead Hive Tyrant. Now that Trigon, Prime on 5 wounds left. There's a vet squad there with 2 Melters and a heavy flamer, right?
Yes.
Okay, point blank. What could go wrong?
Yeah, no orders. 2 hits with a heavy flamer.
Okay. 1 wound.
1 wound.
1 4-up save. I fail it. It's got 4 wounds left. 2 Melter guns. Melter. Ooh, both hit. Wound on 3s.
1 wound.
1 wound. I don't get a save. 2d6 pick the highest and 4 wounds to get through because I am in Melter range. Trigon Prime has gone as well. You know what? That's my synapse on that flank collapsed. It goes nuts on a 6. It doesn't go nuts. 2 big bugs fallen. Then small arms went into the Pyrophores. Didn't do any damage. What are we on to next?
Just remember he can't do it.
What?
He's close to them.
Yeah, Vanquisher cannot fire at the Broodlord. You're right. He is closer to them.
I'll shoot at these bad boys.
Okay.
So 2 Vanquishers.
Yep. Both hit.
Yes.
Wound on 2s. And they both wound. Right, I don't get a save. The first one does 2d6 damage and reducing the lowest on... Okay, you kill 1. And the other one, you roll it twice, right, and discard the lowest.
Oh, yeah.
You kill both of them. They both die.
Sweet.
Pyrovores are volatile. When they die on 4s, that's 1 4. The acid blood splashes on the nearest enemy unit within 3 inches. Right, that happened. Right, next up, Broodlord. Broodlord.
Yeah. Everything.
Everything. Everything.
So, yeah, 14 shots.
So 14 shots from the veterans going in on the Broodlord.
Hitting on 3s and a las pistol.
Las guns are strength 3 on toughness 5. So need 5s to wound. What did you get?
2.
Just 2?
Mm-hmm.
2 4-ups. And catalyst.
Mhm.
I fail everything, so it's got 4 wounds left. So forwards for the Emperor, you can advance, you can shoot even if you advance. So that las cannon can shoot.
Yes.
But it's heavy, so it counts as a 4 instead of a 3? Yeah, okay. Bang. Wounds on 8. That. I need a 5-up invulnerable save. I'm failing these saves left and right. D6 damage with a las cannon. I've got 4 wounds remaining. 5. Let's make 1 catalyst save. I make 1 catalyst save. Okay, thank you, dice gods. How ironic. I have 4 wounds left. That's a dead Broodlord. Okay, you're defending objective 6, so the last cannon from that one fired out at the Carnufex and hits. Wounds on a 3. Doesn't wound. Okay, right. What else now? You got guns. You got spare guns now.
I've got on melters. They didn't shoot.
expect this to happen.
Shoot melters at them. Just
okay, pyrophores, yeah, over their shoulder.
Yeah. So 3s.
1 hit. And 2s. I don't get a save. 2d6 there. Oh no, it's just d6. 2 damage on the pyrovore. It's got 2 wounds left. You haven't fired any of the Toruxes yet. There's a las cannon over there in the squad on the far left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I'll go for squishy face.
Squishy face?
Yes.
These or them?
The big dude.
The Exocrine?
Yes.
Las cannon into the Exocrine.
Hits
and wounds. And I need a 6, which I failed. D6 damage on the Exocrine, sir. 4. Exocrine has got 8 wounds left. Right, a Tyrox is picking on the Pyrovore with 2 wounds left because these autocannons do 2 damage. So you just need 1 to sneak through.
So hitting on 5 because it's downgraded.
Okay. 2 hits anyway. Wounding on 3s.
Yeah.
Strength 7. It's 1 wound. At -1, I need a 5. That fails. And on a 4, acid sprays out and hits the tank. No, that's the Pyrovore's gone. Now you've got 3 more Toruxes left to fire. The one on the left moved, but these ones, what are they going?
They're going to go at squishy face.
Squishy face. 8 shots. We'll do it all together.
Yeah.
Hitting on
4s.
And wounding on 5s, I'm afraid, because you're strength 7, I am toughness 8.
Just showing off now. Just showing off.
5s to wound.
Oh.
All of them wound. I need 4s. And I fail 1. It takes 2 more damage. It's down to 6, which means you've nerfed it. It's going to be hitting on 4s. What are you doing with the last Torux? Which moves?
Scatter to go, but it's hitting on 5s.
Same thing, huh?
Yeah.
5s to hit. 2 hits and 5s to wound. 1 wound. I make the save.
Nice.
And that's the end of the shooting phase. We moved on to the fight phase. The Raveners and the Layman Russ continue to harass each other but do no damage. And that's it. No morale to take. You've stopped me defending objective 6. You get a point for Big Game Hunter, which makes it 11 points to 4, and D3 points for troops on the ground, boots on the ground. D3 points.
This is where I
to be back in the fight.
6.
1. It's 5 points to 11. We're on to Tyranids, turn 5. Here are my objectives. Secure objective 3, which is in the guard deployment zone. Can't do it. Defend objective 6. That's what my Broodlord was on. Now, I could come out and jump on it, but then there's troop units right in front of me, and they'll jump on it and prevent me from defending objective 6. So I can't do that either. Then advance out of my deployment zone. I don't want to do that, because as soon as I move my big guns, they won't be shooting very well. They'll have half the number of shots, and they're heavy, and these all suck. These are not good. Here we are after Kraken's movement phase. I'm not defending 6 and I'm not securing 3 that's over there, and I'm certainly not advancing out of my deployment zone, so at the end of this turn I'm going to get no points. I'm relying on my 11 points to 5 lead. That's what I'm relying on. And let's try and shoot some of these things. I don't want to nerf my shots even more. Then round in the backfield, nice and simple. The Raveners fell back out of combat, but I'm Kraken. I can charge again. And the Raveners over here are going to charge again. So basically Raveners slamming into tanks again and again and again. At least that will prevent them from firing at me. Right, let's go into the Psychic Phase. I have got my Synaptic Linchpin over here. Need to horrify something. If I horrify that Layman Russ, it won't be shooting at all. And that's a Perils, which I can roll because of the Zone Throat, No Throat. Yep, it's horrified. It's horrified. And then Smite, which passes and puts 1 wound on the Layman Russ gunner. Okay, on to the shooting phase. I've got 2 guns. The Exocrine is now hitting on 4s, and I think I want to shoot one of the Toryxes in the backfield. Yes, that one's horrified, so the tank can't shoot. So let's hit the Toryx in the middle, hoping it'll blow up and hurt the ones either side. Hitting on 4s, and I'm going to be using Pathogenic Slime again, getting my damage up to 3, because I've been shooting at these things without doing it and not killing them. 4s to hit. 8 hits, wounding on 3s. And 5 wounds. 5 wounds at -3. 5 6s coming up. 1 6 and 4 get through. Times 3 is many. 12 damage. Dead Toryx. Kaboom.
Oh!
He does kaboom. That's the first thing that exploded. To put a wound on either one of them, either side. Does D3, but I rolled load. Right, Tyrannofex. Onto the one on 9 wounds. Let's get rid of some of this long range firepower on the Toryx. 4s to hit. Finally, I've been hitting twice. This time I hit 4 times. Wounding on 3s. But only wound twice. 2 wounds on the Toryx. -3. 2 6s.
Coming up.
No, 2d6 damage. 8 hits on 1 wound left. So one's on 1 wound. One's on 2 wounds. That's the end of my shooting phase. The Raveners are going to charge a Layman Russ and a Wyvern. And the Raveners charge in, and 1 died on Overwatch against the Layman Russ, and then the Raveners charged in on the Wyvern, and 1 died because of the heavy flamer and all the shots. Basically 2 units of 4 Raveners left. Then we scratched at the paintwork. Didn't manage to injure the Layman Russ, put 1 wound on the Wyvern. No wounds dealt back to the Raveners. And that's the end of my turn. No morale for the Imperial Guard to make. I've locked down these vehicles one more time, stopped that tank from firing, nerfed these other ones, so the amount of firepower coming back at me will be greatly reduced. However, I don't get any objectives at all. So it's 11 points to 5 as we go into Guard turn 5. Here are the orders for the Praetorian 95th and the Highland 33rd. Hold the line, get rid of the Raveners rampaging through their backfield. Overwhelming firepower, show them what the Guard are made of, and secure Objective 1 with the Rough Riders. Here we are after the Guard movement phase. They're securing Objective 1. Now, to get hold the line, they've got to wipe out this unit of Raveners. There's 2 Melters there, and these 2 hero veterans have ran back. Melters are assault weapons, so they've moved forward, they've ran back, and they can shoot at the Raveners as well. Of course, the 2 tanks in front can't fire, and the Layman Russ is horrified, so it won't be able to fire. But getting down and having a look, because Raveners are so high, the Toryxes could fire back in this corner as well. Need to clear them away for hold the line. And then, what was the other thing?
Everything else.
Overwhelming firepower.
At him, yeah.
Everything at the Exocrine.
Squish face.
Just kill one thing. Where do we wish to start, sir?
Start here.
Okay.
Out of range for orders, so they're just going to flat at the dudes with the melter guns.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
Both hit. Wounding on 2s.
A good omen.
And they both wound. I don't get a save. It's 2d6, pick the highest. So first one, dead. Second one, dead. 2 Raveners dead. 2 left remaining.
Plasma pistol.
Plasma pistol, yeah.
Not overcharging.
Hits. Wounds on a 3. Wounds. I don't get a save from that as well. Take a wound. He's got 2 wounds left. What else is in that squad?
And then a flamer, heavy flamer.
Is there?
Yes.
Okay, nice. Number of auto hits. 3. Wounding on 3s. It looks like this. That squad over there. Can they get orders?
Yeah, so Platoon Commander take aim on them and
Okay.
them. So re-rolling ones.
Okay, forced to hit because you advanced.
Yes.
You don't need it.
Don't need it.
Choose to wound.
One wound.
1 wound.
That command points.
2d6, pick the highest. Oh no, just d6. Because you're out of...
That'll do it.
That's a dead Ravener. 1 Ravener remaining for hold the line.
Tauroxes.
Yes.
One's hitting on 6s because it's on its last legs, and the other's hitting on 5s.
Okay. Right, 6s to hit with the one which is really wounded.
Come on. Nothing.
Nothing. And then the other one?
Hitting on 5s.
Okay. One's hitting on
1.
1 hit.
Yes. 1 wound on a 3. Yes.
It's a wound. 6 up save, which I make.
Of course you do.
Right, those 2 Tauroxes missed. Now this one, firing through the window, 48 inch range, can see the Ravener. And this one is uninjured, so forced to hit, sir. 3 hits. And 3s to wound. 2 wounds, 2 6 up saves. And each of them does 2 damage. And that's a dead Ravener. That is hold the line. Right, now we've got some las cannons. Lots and lots of las cannons. Yeah. Which one's starting first?
So I'll do the one who can't receive orders.
Okay.
He's out of range.
What are you firing on? You're firing on the one that's uninjured?
No,
with all the wounds?
No.
You could fire on the one that's uninjured
No.
though.
Squishy face.
Yeah, but then you could degrade this one here instead of...
But I need to kill
Okay,
something.
alright, okay.
Oh, I've already killed something, to be fair.
Mind you, if you kill 3 things, that would be D3 points for everyone with fireball.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. I'll shoot him. And
Okay.
if I kill him,
Yes,
then I'll move on to him.
nice.
Yes, that's the plan.
Bang, hits. Because you're a vet, right?
Because I'm a vet. Hits and wounds on a that.
Let's say wound on the Exocrine, 6 up save. No, D6 damage. It's got 6 left. 4. It's got 2 wounds left. Right, vet squad number 2. Are you giving them any orders?
Take aim.
Okay. And what are we doing with the guns?
And just fire that at the las cannon at that.
Okay.
And the las guns at that.
Flashlights at the Tyranids.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, las cannon into the Exocrine. Hits on a 3.
Oh.
Misses.
And then the las guns. 3s. And then toughness 8.
Yeah.
Of course. 1 wound.
1 wound with the flashlights. And I make the save.
Okay.
Right, do you want to split fire with the other squad? 'Cause that didn't work.
Do I? I've got to kill that.
Yeah. 2 wounds left. Can you do the take aim order again?
Yes.
Okay. Last cannon.
It's on a 3.
It's a hit. Wounds on A3. It's a wound. I need a 6. I don't make the 6. 2 wounds to get through. 5. Dead. Exocrine Witch. Doesn't go nuts. Stubbers from the Centaur went into the Carnufex and didn't kill it or injure it. And that is the end of the phase for the guard. No charges coming up. No morale for the Tyranids. That's the word now. The warriors are in range, synapse range of the Carnufex up there. And on the other side of the battle grid, I've got a Neurothrope and some Raveners. And that's it. I've got only 4 units left on the table. However, I'm winning. You do get a point for hold the line, you do get a point for overwhelming firepower, and you do get a point for something else I've forgotten.
Secure objective 1.
Secure objective 1, which the Rough Riders are on over here. So it's 8 points to 11. 4 units left for the Tyranids. The Guard are coming back and back and back. But that was turn 5. Now the game could end in turn 5. Have the Imperial Guard done enough? Or have Hive Fleet Kraken despoiled this planet? So the player who went first rolls the dice.
Oh, okay.
And on a 1-2, this will be the way the world ends with a Tyranid victory and Crispens' tomb will be despoiled. Despoiled? Let's roll up.
Of course.
It's an end. It's a Tyranid victory. This is the way the world ends.
Brilliant.
So the Guard were fighting back and fighting back and fighting back, but in the end they didn't have enough time. The game ended. Maybe another wave of Tyranids swarmed onto this battle grid and pushed the Astra Militarum back. This grave world will be despoiled. The Praetorian 95th and the Highland 33rd have not done enough. This place will become a playground for Kraken. Right, that was a good game.
Yeah.
I was swarming into the lead, just like Tyranids do, but so few left. So few things left. That was a long game. What do you think, Sam?
Really good. Yeah, I think we're both like, that's not going to be much of a report at the start.
Yeah.
And steamroll me, and then just brought it back in good old Praetorian fashion.
I know. And Sharp nearly was a hero, almost was a hero.
You got to, yeah, if you don't shoot, you don't score.
Yeah, but I feel kind of bad that I killed him.
Oh, yeah. You should.
Anyway, this battle map brought to you by Hot Dice Miniatures. These ruins are from GameMat.eu. Thank you so much for coming down, Sam.
Thank you.
He's a subscriber to deploymentzone.tv. And tell all your friends and family, please come and join us in the Deployment Zone. In the meantime, thank you very much everyone for watching. Happy wargaming.